Okay, we should be live right about now, guys. Actually, pause it over here. Excuse me. I don't know why I just had to yawn right then. Hello, guys. Try not to move very much because I heard it's a lot. But hello, guys. This is What About Nintendo, and today I'm here for another coffee talk. I was going to do this in the morning, but I got, like, no sleep. Literally, I got maybe, like, 2 to 3 hours of sleep. From when I tried to fall asleep at around 1 to when I woke up at 10. So that should have been like 9 hours of sleep. I got maybe 2 or 3. So that's why we didn't have it this morning. But I saw there's a lot of news, and there's some people who seem to be a bit confused, and there's just some, I wanted to get my thoughts out and everything. So I decided to do it a little bit later. Plus, I think some more people might be able to come in here. But hey, Blackstar Dude. Hey, Clifford Longhead. Hey, Josh Sheriff. Thank you so much for the nice comments. Hey, Sabbath64. How are you doing? Yeah, we got a lot to talk about here. Well, I don't know how long it's going to be. For people who don't know, I got really bad sunburns on both my shoulders, so I'm not going to be moving much, and I probably won't be changing a lot of screen stuff or anything, because I didn't set it up as much, and I feel really bad. Sorry if I'm a little late, but there's like this really bad sulfur smell in my house, and I was investigating it. We still don't know what it is exactly. We think it might have been some Italian dressing, but... Hey, Cynical, how you doing? I saw some people talking on Discord, and what they were saying wasn't wrong. Some of what they're saying, I think, might have been because some people had clickbait titles, but I think they had good points. So I wanted to talk with them about it, so hopefully they jump over here. Let me throw it up on Discord. Not throw the thing up, but just to let people know I'm live. Because the people were having a nice discussion. I'd like to continue that. But let's just get into the news, and then we'll talk. I'll give my thoughts on it. So first off, Nintendo announced a bunch of new stuff for their online service. I'm going to turn this down on my end. It's getting kind of annoying. A lot of new stuff for their online service. So it's still launching September of this year, obviously. Pricing is pretty much the same. There's a new pricing form. We'll talk about it a little bit later. But the main thing is that they're adding a save data cloud backup, so you can save your data online for easy access. Details about this feature will be available before the paid service launches in September. So we're getting saved data via the cloud, which people were really begging for. So that's nice. But there is, and we're getting 20 NES games. Actually, hold on. Sorry if this is a little less professional than usual. I didn't have as much time to prepare this. Nintendo say themselves they're not bringing Virtual Console Switch. We will be going over that. It's not yes and no. So I'll be going over that. But they did announce that 20 free NES games will be coming with the service, and they announced 10 of them. So Soccer, Tennis, Donkey Kong, Mario Bros, Super Mario Brothers, Balloon Fight, Ice Climber, Dr. Mario, Legend of Zelda, and Super Mario Bros 3, with 10 more to be revealed and more added regularly. But it's not all good. There's some good stuff, but it's not all good because they still mentioned the Nintendo Switch Online app. I'm just kind of going over the basic stuff here, the outline of this, and then we'll get into it more. They still mentioned the app, so that's kind of annoying because I hate that app and it needs to die, and I don't really know anyone who likes the app, so... They talked about that. And then special offers, they said stay tuned for news and special deals and offers for members. So, my thoughts on this is varied. I like it personally, as somebody who has a semi amount of income. I can afford $20 a year for the service. It's a third of what, Xbox Live and PlayStation, what do they call it, PlayStation Plus or something? I don't know, I don't have it. So, it's a third of both of those prices. It comes with 20 free NES games, with more added down the line, which I think is really nice. But we'll get into that more. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I'm sorry. I think the biggest thing is the save data backup. I've heard so many people are like, oh, my Switch, it's like all about to die because they dropped it or something like that, or the battery's going out or something, like, I just wish I could save up my, back up my games and then move it to a new Switch. So that will be nice. Why am I so off track today? I don't even know. Hello, Abel Gone. Sorry you've not been here. You were really sick. That's fine, bro. That's fine. I haven't done much content the last 2 days because, first off, I'm slightly sick, which is why I cannot think. Secondly, I have this massive sunburns on my shoulders, which hurt like hell constantly, so. You're annoyed at Nintendo for canceling Virtual Console. I'll get to that. Actually, you know what? Let's skip to that. I'll go back to all of this, because that's just, I feel like this is the more pressing issue. So, all the headlines say this, you know, something to this effect. Nintendo says Virtual Console is not coming to Switch. Which is true. It's a very true headline. The problem is, it's also a slightly misleading headline, because the quote is very much different. So, Kotaku went to Nintendo. They were like, hey, you know, you're having all these NES games on the Switch. Does that mean there's going to be no Virtual Console? And this is what Nintendo said. They said this. There are currently no plans to bring classic games together under the Virtual Console banner, as has been done on other Nintendo systems. A Nintendo spokesperson told Kotaku that in an email late last night. The problem is that all the different people who are talking about this don't ever mention the fact that the only thing he said is the Virtual Console banner does not exist anymore. The only thing this email says is that they're not going to call it Virtual Console. That doesn't mean there won't be some sort of service where you can buy classic games. It just means that they're not going to be called Virtual Console games. Obviously, we're getting Virtual Console in a sense with the online service, as we're getting 20, you know, we're starting off with 20 NES games. That's pretty much Virtual Console right there. But they didn't say that these games wouldn't be available to purchase like the Neo Geo games currently are. So that doesn't mean that these games won't be available to purchase. It doesn't mean they will. We don't really know if they will or not. So this doesn't either... It's strange, because this doesn't either confirms nor denies that some kind of Virtual Console is coming to the Switch. Literally, the only thing that this confirms is that it won't be called Virtual Console. And I'm not over here saying Nintendo is going to make something like Virtual Console. I'm not over here saying that for sure, 100%, Nintendo is going to release a bunch of different games as standalone titles on the eShop. I'm not saying that's 100% confirmed. I'm not. But I'm saying it's not unconfirmed either. Nintendo did not say that they would not do that, which I think is annoying. The way that the people who are writing these articles word it, they're kind of situating, is that the right word? They're kind of, you know, saying that Nintendo isn't going to have any kind of classic game service. They're not going to release classic games. But that's not what they said. What they said is that there are currently no plans to bring classic games together under the Virtual Console banner, as has been done on other Nintendo systems. That doesn't mean that there won't be some sort of different way of Virtual Console. That doesn't mean maybe they won't have a Netflix type one, or maybe they'll just release them as standalone, or maybe they'll just be a part of the online service. Obviously, they're going to be a part of the online service. So, it's weird. It's kind of annoying to me that people are taking this too far, because I don't think this confirms or denies. I'm not over here, as I said, I'm not over here being like, oh, Nintendo is obviously going to put some kind of Virtual Console service on the Nintendo Switch. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying this does not say that they're not going to. I hope that makes sense to people. Because the classic editions that they have put out, I don't think the classic editions really make them not want to do it. I mean, they have the NES Classic Edition out, and they're still giving away NES games with the service. So I don't really see that. I kind of understand you, and it may be a while till we see some of the newer ones, but I think we'll still see them. You may very well be right. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know, personally. I'd have to think about... Let me think about that for a second. Because what they have is the NES and the NES games. We don't know that NES games aren't are coming to the online service. But I assume they are, because back in the way back they said they were. So I'm assuming they're adding SNES as well, because they said they were. They said when they first announced it, it said NES and SNES games. And so I just don't think the classic editions have anything to do with it. Especially since they don't, those are very limited run kind of things, where they only have them for like a year or 2 years and then they're gone. Like they just don't produce them anymore, really. Like especially with like the NES Classic, like they started reproducing it again, but like only for a limited amount of time. So I imagine they'll still want you to buy these on the Switch, because there's tons and tons of people who like don't have an NES Classic or an SNES Classic, still want to play these games, maybe want to play these games on the go. You can't play NES Classic on the go. You have to play it, you know, right down situated in your TV. You can't just play it on the go. There's no added online features. I think this is just a different market in a sense than the NES and the SNES Classic is. Do you understand what I was trying to say? So I think it's different. It may very well be that they're like, that is true. I just think, in my opinion, if I was Nintendo, I'd release it on both, because I think people would buy it again. Certain games, maybe not all of the games, but certain games again to play them on the go. And there's just tons of people who don't own an NES and SNES Classic. I don't own one, and I'd like to get some of these games on my Switch because I can't find one for a decent price in my area. So I just think that this is a market that would extend beyond the Classic Edition consoles, in my opinion. But I don't know what Nintendo's thinking. I'm not really sure. For sure, they're releasing an N64 Classic Edition. I'd imagine that they are releasing an N64 Classic Edition, honestly. Yeah, I think you may be right. I just think, even if they do, I think there is another market for people who want to bring, you know, classic games on the go with them anywhere they want. And I think that's why people have been begging for Virtual Console, even though the NES and SNES Classic Editions exist. Because they still want to buy these games again on the Switch and bring them on the go. Like, they don't want to have to sit at home and play the games only, you know, on their TV. They want to be able to bring them anywhere they want, you know? So I think there's still a market for them, even outside of the Classic Editions. They're bringing back the NES Classic Edition this summer. I did know that, yes, I did. They keep bringing it back and then discontinuing it and bringing it back. It's really weird. I thought that was, maybe that was last summer. I don't know, my dates and times are confused. I knew it was like a summer they're bringing it back. Either this summer or last summer. But my dates and times are... It's been a while since they talked about that, so... Yeah, I do know that they're bringing it back eventually. And I thought it was this summer, so... I think you're correct on that. But then again, they're bringing it back this summer, but they're still putting them on the online service for free. So I don't really see these as overlapping. I don't even think Nintendo sees these as overlapping things. Otherwise, why would they give you the same thing they're re-releasing for $60 if you could just get, you know, almost all of the games? You know, there's 30 games on the NES Classic. They're releasing 20 to start for free on the online service. Like, I don't think they overlap. I just don't. Plus, I think on the Switch, they maybe have a chance to release games that weren't on the NES and SNES Classic, because obviously there's tons of games that weren't on those systems. So maybe you're right, and maybe they're not releasing that many games that overlap. But, as we've seen on this list, there's already several games that overlap. Dr. Mario, that's on the NES Classic. Donkey Kong, I believe, is on the NES Classic. Mario Bros. Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Bros. Super Mario Bros. 3. Those are on the NES Classic. Ice Climbers on the NES Classic. Balloon Fight on the NES Classic. So, obviously, I don't think Nintendo even thinks that these overlap too much. You ended up getting an SNES Classic Edition because the Super Nintendo was your first introduction to Nintendo and video games in general. Cool. Hey, Jared, how you doing? You can't stay for long, but hello. Hello. But yeah, I think nobody's really wrong or right in this. It's just all speculation. The only thing that I think is confusing, which is why I wanted to talk about this, is that people who are thinking it's confirmed that Nintendo is never going to release classic games on the Switch. You know, other than on the online service, which is not confirmed. They did not say that. What they said was that it would not be called Virtual Console, and it wouldn't be in the same way as with the other consoles, like the Wii and the Wii U and the 3DS. That's just pretty much what I was wanting to clarify. So the rest is definitely open to debate, definitely open to discussion. I don't think anybody's wrong or right in this area. I think it's too early to say. Nothing is for sure until Nintendo says it is. Don't make speculations facts. I don't think he's making speculation facts. Well, he did say for sure they're releasing N64 Classic. That's just his opinion. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think for sure they're going to release an N64 Classic. I think they'd be dumb if they didn't release an N64 Classic. Honestly, I think they'd be dumb if they did not do some form of Virtual Console. Obviously, it wouldn't be called a Virtual Console, but if they had like a Netflix service as well as their online service, you know, for different games, maybe because they only said they're doing NES and SNES games. So I wonder if they'll release, like, you know what they could do? Is instead of doing like Virtual Console where they just throw a couple games every once in a while, they could do like classic packs. Like the Mario pack, I think they have like a classic Mario pack on the Switch, or if they release like a classic Zelda pack, where it's like a NES Zelda and a SNES Zelda, you know, GameCube Zelda. It's got, you know, like different Zeldas. It's like a classic Zelda pack and a classic Donkey Kong pack and a classic Star Fox pack and stuff like that. Like, I think that'd be really cool. We just got like these classic, you know, series packs. Maybe that's what they're doing. Obviously, I didn't even really like the way they did Virtual Console before, where they just kind of like randomly throw a couple games there, like here and there. They just like kind of drip fed us for like games, and like some of them I didn't even care about. So I am glad that they seem to be doing it differently. I am under the impression, this may be false. This is just my opinion. I am under the impression that they are changing the way they're doing classic games, not getting rid of classic games. Because obviously there's a tons of money they can make from it. I don't think that we're going to, you know, in the online service, that we're going to get maybe even past SNES games. Maybe eventually we'll get like N64 games. But I think like GameCube Virtual Console and different things like that, I don't think they're going to offer that free in the online service. It's a different thing. You know, I think we could see those in different packs. What do you guys think? Would you like it if we saw a Zelda pack and a Mario pack and stuff? What do you guys think? Debates turn to a myriad of personal attacks. They can, but let's try not to, guys. They would make more money if they did Virtual Console with the Switch. It depends. I don't think they're not doing Virtual Console. I don't think they're not doing it. Oop, I had top chat on that accident. Hopefully I didn't miss any of you guys' comments. If I miss any of your comments, that's my bad. I accidentally had them on top chat. Hopefully not. Your bad, it's just your opinion. Yeah. Even if IGN said it last year that the NES was coming back in summer of 2018. Yeah, that's what I thought. So that's what I thought. So I didn't remember if it was like this summer or last summer, but I think you were correct. But would you guys be happy with that if we got like a Zelda pack or a Mario pack, or, you know, just different classic packs instead of Virtual Console? Because honestly, I'd like that way more than Virtual Console, because the way they did Virtual Console kind of sucks. But let's talk about more. I'll wait for you guys. While you guys are commenting, I'll talk more about this. Save data backup, as I said before, going back to the different online service stuff, is really good. Obviously, because save data, like, this should have been something that it's just one of those features, like, why didn't you have this at launch? I think it's because it costs a lot of money to make cloud backups. When you have to pay for the cloud, it's not cheap. You have to make like different server bases. You have to have like tons and tons of space where you can wirelessly connect to. They have to have like different server bases, and obviously those server bases cost a lot of money. And I think that the online will have dedicated servers. I think obviously they're going to have this cloud backup. And the reason I think this is because Nintendo actually predicted losses, significant amounts of losses. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it wasn't anything cheap. amounts of losses even a little bit after the service comes out. Even after people are paying for the service, they're not going to break even for, I think they said, a couple of months. So obviously they're paying for something, and they're starting now. They're starting to pay for these things now and leading up into it. They'll be paying for it very soon, leading up into it, getting things ready. I think they're making dedicated servers for games. I think their first-party games will have dedicated servers. Because as much as save data, you know, in the cloud costs money, I don't think it costs as much money as they're predicting they're losing. So I think they'll have dedicated servers. I could be wrong. This is just speculation on my part. I think they'll have dedicated servers, though. I think they saw how bad Smash did online. I think they saw how bad the lag was, and they said, no, that cannot happen again. That is not going to happen. We are going to make sure it runs smooth. You can play it with no lag, at a smooth 60 frames per second, even with 4 players on screen. And I don't think they're going to make the same mistake again. I think this is not the Wii U era Nintendo. I think this is the Nintendo that's more modern. A Nintendo that understands they can't release a service and have something like Smash running so bad. I think they'll definitely have dedicated servers for Smash, probably Splatoon 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, all their first-party games. I don't think they'll have dedicated servers for third-party games. I think they'll have third parties handle their servers separately. Just because I don't think Nintendo can afford for only $20 a year to pay, you know, for third parties online dedicated servers. So I don't think I think they'll have to cover that themselves. But I do think they'll have dedicated servers. They haven't said anything otherwise. They haven't said anything that said they wouldn't have dedicated servers, but they haven't really mentioned it either. I'm wondering if it's something they didn't really see as a huge feature, or something they're not talking about yet. Maybe they'll talk about it later when Smash comes out. Maybe they'll be like, oh, remember how Smash Wii U sucked online? Well, actually, this time it's going to be really good. So, I could be completely wrong. Maybe it comes out and Nintendo just, like, completely botches it. And, you know, Smash runs like crap online. But I just don't see a future where Nintendo is stupid enough to let that happen. That's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Hey, Robeer, how you doing? So let's see. 764 says he'd be happy with the packs. Yeah. Jared says the game series packs would be awesome. I agree. They should release Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask both remastered in HD with Unreal Engine for the Switch. Dude, you know that would sell like hotcakes. I have no idea why they haven't done that. That totally needs to happen, Sabbath. That's an amazing idea. Hey, Robeer 2. You guess you're a little late today. Yeah, this one, it's no problem. This one was a little bit, it's off schedule. So I expected there'd be some people who didn't know it was happening and people who weren't expecting it. But Robeer, if you didn't know, I'm actually going to make a video on this probably tomorrow or something. I just haven't had the energy to do it. So, and I want to do this live. So that's why this one's kind of, you know, less professional than usual, because I just don't have the energy. Roby, if you didn't know, I've been actually feeling sick lately, which is why there's been less content, and I went to Galveston on a vacation, and I got like the worst sunburns I ever got in my life. All blisters all over both of my shoulders, so bad, like even just moving this much to go over my shoulder hurts. So I'm gonna stop doing that. Like moving my arms at all, you'll notice in this that I'm barely moving my arms at all, especially my shoulders, because it hurts like hell. Even sleeping is like torture. So if you notice my content being less professional, or if you notice there being less of it, that's why. It's just because I'm in a lot of pain and I'm not feeling well. So I don't think they'd do it since they already released both those games on 3DS, which kind of sucks. I don't know. I think they could do it again. Honestly, I think they could totally release it again. People would just buy it again. Like, I think if they don't know that that's the case, then they need to know that that's the case. Because those sold really, really well in the 3DS. People were, like, exploding with hype about that. Do you remember when what was it, Steam World something? Was it Steam World? The that secret game, the secret project, I think at E3 2015 or something, that everyone thought was gonna be Majora's Mask, but it was actually this like steampunk game. Steampunk like real-time strategy or something like that. It was really weird. The 3DS doesn't suck. It does these days. Not gonna lie. 3DS, I do not want to play that anymore. Even playing it on Citra at 1440p is kind of like, ooh, this doesn't hold up very well. Oh, well, I guess I've done a pretty good job then. Or that means all my content sucks. Huh, one of the two. I'm just kidding. Hope you get well, though. I can't even talk. Thank you so much, Robert. I appreciate it. You didn't say it sucks. You love a 3DS. I'm saying it sucks. I loved the 3DS back in the day, but it does not hold up. Those 240p screens with 240p textures and tiny, tiny little, and it's so uncomfortable to hold that thing. My hands get cramps. It's so bad. But I do think most of everything I'm seeing in this service is good. I like that we're getting 20 NES games for free. I thought it was going to be way less than that. I thought it was going to be like 5 to 10 at most. I'm glad that I'm going to be able to actually play the original Legend of Zelda game on official hardware for the first time. Because I was literally just going to go emulate that game because I was tired of saying that I hadn't played it yet. But now I can just play it for free on the Switch. I don't have to worry about emulating it. But as much as I think it's good, I also think there's one thing that really, really worries me. It's the fact that they mentioned the Nintendo Online app again. They mentioned it again, and that really, really sucks. So let's read what they had to say. It said, Nintendo Switch Online app. The smartphone app is designed to enhance your online experience for compatible games such as Splatoon 2. So, special features for compatible games. Some games will get enhanced features with the app. They mentioned, for example, the app gives Splatoon 2 players access to Splatnet 2. There they can review and share their battle statistics, order gear for use in-game, and enjoy other features that make the game even more fun. Which is true. Splatnet 2 is great. I love Splatnet 2. The problem is the online lounge. Using the app's online lounge, you can send online play invitations to players on your Nintendo Switch system's friend list. The app also lets you quickly send invites via social networks and messaging services. When you're invited to a game, you'll get notified right away via push notifications to your smartphone. Once players are connected, you can use voice chat openly with friends while in the online lobby during online play, depending on the game. The only time they mention voice chat is once again through this app, which makes no sense because the Switch should be plenty able to use voice chat natively. Like, it really should. Like, there's no reason to use literally anything else but the Switch's internal stuff. I understand if you want to make, like, Splatnets for every game. If you want to make, like, a Smash Net or, you know, like, a Mario Kart Net or whatever the heck. Like, those are cool. Do those. Why have you not done that? But stop it with this stop it with voice chat on this phone. It's not good. Don't make us do that. Just let us download at the very least, just let us download Discord on the Switch. If you can't, for some reason, you don't want to add it natively to games. And it makes no sense because it's not like the Switch can't do it. We know it can. And in fact, if you play locally, if you play Splatoon 2 with, like, what's it called? Like, LAN play, you can voice chat with LAN play. Like, it's not, and the game still runs just as well as it did before. It's not some kind of RAM issue or some kind of issue where maybe the frame rate would drop if, you know, you use voice chat. No, there's nothing like that. It literally is perfectly fine. And it's dumb. So, I'm really hoping that the online lounge is just some other way that you can use voice chat. Like, because this is dumb. And, like, it's not even because I think I wouldn't use it. Because even if there was integrated voice chat in the system, I wouldn't use it. I don't voice chat with people. And if I did, I'd want to use Discord. I use Discord anyways. When I play on my Xbox One or my PS4, I don't use the online voice chat built in. I use Discord because I think it's better and easier. I'm just worried that a lot of other people who want this aren't going to get it. So it's not me over here being like, oh, I want voice chat. Like, I don't care. I literally don't care if Nintendo puts voice chat in here personally. But I know that other people really do care. So I'd like to see it so that they can, you know, because it's not all about me. It's not all about me, guys. Hold on. Let me be humble real quick. Appreciate my humbleness. No, I'm just... It really came off that way. I'm sorry if it came off that way, but... I really don't care. But I know that other people do care. And so that makes me care. If that makes sense. So... You don't really play your 3DS more? Do I think they'll give a demonstration of how Smash Bros. Online will work at E3? I think they should. Whether or not they will, I don't know. I think they should mention and they should play online and they should show that it works well online because that's something people were really, really worried about. And it was a big problem with the Wii U and 3DS ones. Did 3DS even have online? I don't even remember. But I know the Wii U had it and it was sucked. I never played the 3DS one that much. Hey, D-Guys Smash, what's up? How you doing? Score's like the best way to do voice chat. It is. I almost said virtual console. Did Wii or Wii U even have voice chat? You forget. It did, actually. Wii U had voice chat, but you could only use it in the lobby. You couldn't use it while actually playing the game. If you played Smash, you had voice chat in the lobby. But the mic on the Wii U sucked. It was hard to hear what anyone was saying. It was so bad. Pokemon Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby use voice chat. Did they really? Okay. Yeah, it's not a hardware thing. I don't know why Nintendo doesn't come out and just give voice chat on the system. I have no idea why they're not. I really hope that Nintendo comes out and is like, oh, guys, by the way, voice chat's totally native with the system, but you can also use your phone if you want. It's like, okay, sure. It's weird. But yeah, it's dumb. That's just my thoughts, guys. I just wanted to do a thing on this, talking about it, giving my thoughts, talking with you guys. I had a good time. I think we came up with a lot of different ideas for Virtual Console and different things like that. Last thing I'd like to mention is that they announced a family membership for $35 a year, where up to 8 people on your Switch can also have online functionality, which I think is really nice because it's something that Xbox doesn't really do. I don't know about PlayStation does this or not, but on my Xbox, if somebody else has online, you can play online in a different account, but you have to play it as their profile, like their online profile. Like if you go online, if you use the person who's paying for online, their profile. So if you're playing Halo, for example, if you're playing Halo 5 online, you have to use their profile, so their kill streak goes down and up if you win or lose. You know, you're spending their experience points and all this stuff. You have to use their name online, all this stuff, unless you pay another $60 to have it on yours. So to only have to pay, you know, less than double the amount and have 8 people have their own kind of stats, different online things, is really nice. I won't probably use it because I don't care about, like, I'm just gonna be the only one playing online, so I'm just gonna get it myself, individual. But I think it's cool that they have the family membership, so you don't have to, you know, play as guest if you don't want to, as an option, so everyone can have their own online accounts, their own online statistics and different things like that. I think is nice, just me personally. Oh, and one more thing that I would like to bring up. I don't know if they're here anymore, but somebody, let me go see who it was, actually. So Pops Player said that it would be nice if they had the normal online stuff for free, and that then they had, you know, like dedicated servers, you know, cloud backups, free NES games, and different things like the special offers as a paid thing. But you could still have, you know, normal, you know, online like they have now. And I do think that would be... That's an interesting idea. Personally, I think the reason they can't do that is because casual players wouldn't understand the difference, and then they would just go not pay online, and then they would be upset that online isn't as good as like Xbox or PlayStation, and then they would just be upset. So playing online, I think this is less confusing, and it's just a better business decision. But as far as a consumer thing, for people who actually understand how it works, it would be nice for people who don't care about dedicated servers, people who don't care about cloud backups, people who don't care about free NES games, you know, people don't care about the special offers, people don't care about these things, to have maybe a cheaper form. I think the best way Nintendo could do this, if they wanted to handle it, is maybe have like $5 a month, or $5 a year. You just get the basic online stuff. You don't get dedicated servers, you don't get saved data backups, you don't get the free NES games, you don't get the special offers, but you still get to play online with the normal way they're doing right now, kind of the player-to-player server kind of stuff. Obviously, it wouldn't be as good, not as high quality as the one you're paying $20 a year for, but you're paying, you know, just a little bit of money to do that. I think that would probably be the best decision, both business-wise and consumer-wise. Probably the best in between, because I think Nintendo doesn't want there to be this free option, you know, which people are used to be alongside the paid option, because I think too many casual players would be like, oh, I don't really care, so we're just not going to pay for it. And it's just not good business-wise. So maybe if they made it like really cheap for the current service, that would be good. But what do you guys think? You think that they should have the normal kind of setup, the basic setup here for like the way they have it now as free? Or do you think it should be cheap? Or do you think they should just do the $20 service as not to confuse people? What do you guys think? DK Smash, you're doing good. I'm doing good as well, DK Smash. Thank you for asking. I'm doing well. I'm glad you're doing good. Obviously, you don't give a shit about voice chat. LOL, it's not ever been you've never been that type of person. Yeah, I don't care about.
Again?
Dude,
stop putting the door in front. Stop putting that chair in front of the door. I have to come in.
I didn't put that in front of the door. It just magically got there. It's not my fault.
Every day it's in front of that door.
Well, I don't know.
I keep moving it. Every day I move it. And every day
hey,
it's
go
back in
away.
front of that door.
Whatever. Oh, the one in the 3DS was good for Pokemon. That's actually kind of surprising. Yeah, I don't talk with random people online either. Like, I don't. I hate it. I hate it so much. I only talk with friends, and when I use it, I use Discord. So, for me, it's not a big deal, but I know other people care. So, I'd like to have it as an option. A thingamajig happened. Blazing Falcon is now following me. Thank you for following me, Blazing Falcon. Blazing Falcon. Brand several accounts can use the same Xbox Live. I know, that's what I just said. Looks like we'll never get to play GameCube games on the Switch. I don't think that's true. As I was saying before, Sabbath, I don't know if you'd like left or something, but we were talking about it. Falcon, not Falcon. That's what I said, Falcon. That's exactly what I just said. Not sure why you're correcting me. I literally just said that. I don't know. Maybe I said it wrong, but that's exactly what I meant to say. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you misheard me. Sabbath, I'll go over it again just real quick, but you know, actually, we're actually going really late, so I don't have time. I'm sorry. For people who want to watch this afterwards, I don't want it to be like a million years long. So we're going to end it here, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for... The ch doesn't say the K sound. Yes, it does. That's how English works. Falchion is not... That's dumb. It'd be Falchion. That's English. Okay. Anyways, guys, that's all for this video. If you liked this live stream or video, depending on when you're watching this, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Monday through Friday, typically, when I'm not, you know, both injured and sick. Typically, that's how that works. And if you enjoyed this, make sure to like and share if you're already subscribed. It helps out a lot, so we can get more awesome people on this channel. Sabbath, I'd recommend going back after this is done and re-listening to the part I was talking about Virtual Console, because I went all over that, and I don't really want to talk about it again, because I just talked about it, and as I said, I don't feel very well, so I don't want to drag this on forever. I kind of want to end the stream right now. So, anyways, thank you guys for being here. I think we had a great discussion. We talked about a lot of different options. I think we came to some interesting conclusions. I think everyone had their own opinion, which I think was great. We had a nice discussion. Nobody was mean about it. Everyone was nice, and it was a healthy, grown-up discussion, which I really enjoyed. So thank you guys all for watching and participating in that discussion, and I'll see all you guys later on What About Nintendo. Koopa Troopa Poopa, you gotta rewatch this later because you missed it. Sorry about that. It's no problem. You too, DK Smash. Have a good day. Alright, see you guys. Bye.